Gertjan, do you have any clarity about who's available and who's not at the moment?
Yeah, I have.
Can you share that with us?
Of course. The only extra that's coming up is Gerard. He got injured in the second half or the first half, and he had to leave the team. But instead of that, Streni is coming back because he had only one game for his red card against Sydney. So that's the change in the 16.
So George Blackwood is George Blackwood not available? Is hip still injured?
I think I've been clear.
Okay. Was George Blackwood close or
no.
Not close?
So Halloran's still struggling. Is it food poisoning? Is that right? With Ben Halloran?
I don't know what he had. He was for one day where he was sick, and yesterday he trained. So.
But he seems fit and good to go.
Yesterday he seems fit. I don't know how it's today, but I didn't get called, so I think he will be ready to train. If you don't train, they know the players, they don't play.
Are you glad to have a few reinforcements? It was a bit of a makeshift team against City on the weekend.
It's the strategy won't be very different. Of course, I will have some changes in the team because Trani is coming in. He will play on the right side, and then I have to see which options I have more in the midfield. In defense will be the same. In attack maybe also. Ray only played for 20 minutes, so maybe he's fit enough to start. So we will see that today.
Just as a coach, I think you're playing them now 5 times in about 5 weeks, so you know everything about each other. Is it up to you now to win the game rather than like with the tactics and stuff like that? I mean, obviously they have to score the goals for you, but is it up to you to work out what they need to do?
It's always so in football, when they win the game and win the final, the players have done it well, and when they lose, it's the trainer did a good job. So we will see it after the game.
But I mean, is it more reliant on you, this way of beating Melbourne City?
I don't know. I have a certain way of playing football, and we do that now for the last 4 months. We have been successful in the pre-season and in the FA Cup. In the competition, we didn't win till now. We make 3 goals. We could have made more, but the result was negative. So it's still important that the trainer and the players are on the same thinking about how they think they can beat the opponent. And I think still, you saw that the second half against Melbourne City, we have had our chances, and with a little bit more luck, we could have played a draw there, maybe even win. So the chances are there, but also we make some mistakes where we give the goals away, and that's football.
What have you changed, say, from last year? You would have seen maybe on television how they played. What have you done which is different to the old German coach to your style? What's so different about your style?
No, that's not up to me. That's better. You can ask Jacob because he has trained now under both coaches, and I can't explain because I was not there last year. I've seen some games, but that's not. When you train a whole year under a coach and you play the games under a coach, you know his thoughts, and that's why I said that's a question for Jacob to answer if you want that.
Maybe you can answer.
It's more offensive minded, where last year we were more set back and waiting for the counter opportunities. Now we're more attacking and we want to win the ball high up. So yeah, we're starting a bit further up on the pitch, which should give us more chances, which I also think I have been doing in the start of the games. We haven't scored on all of them, but I'm pretty confident that it will come with time. So we still, we've been here for 4 months now, and it's about adapting as quick as possible to all the new inputs. So we're still in a learning period. But so far, I know the boys have enjoyed it, the way that we're training, the way we're playing. So it's hopefully tomorrow the win will come.
Is it taking longer than you thought it might, Michael, to adapt to the new system playing up in the back?
Not really. It's always when you've been under the same coach for a couple of years. I was only for 1 year, but I know that a lot of boys, they were like, it was on their spine how to do stuff, and they just need to get rid of that as quick as possible because Gertjan wants to do it in a different way. But it takes time. It's if it's gonna take 2 more months or even longer than that, I don't know. But I know that we're going in the right direction and we are adapting.
What can you do to stop Jamie McLaren? It just seems like he's scoring goals for fun at the moment. What can you do as a centre half to put him off?
It's I would need to close him down, but it's not only him. They have a lot of good players, so it's collectively we need to defend better. We've struggled a bit on set pieces the last 2 games, so we need to tighten up there first of all. And one of the goals he got on Sunday, that was a bit too easy. But yeah, it's a player to watch. He's in a good form at the moment, so we need to take care of him.
Speaking of that game on Sunday, obviously it wasn't the ideal start that you got off to, but perhaps you both might like to comment from a coaching and a player's perspective. How important was that second half and the chances it created and gave yourself a chance to, draw the match? How important was that from a morale point of view going into tomorrow night's game?
You want to start?
I understand. But
Do you want to start?
What?
If you want to start.
Do you want to speak from a coaching perspective in terms of whether or not that might make any changes as to how you go into tomorrow night's game, or did it give you any added belief?
I think we already had in the first half the best and most beautiful attack of the whole game in the first half, just for half time. Nicola came, I think, 2 centimeters too short to put the ball in the goal, and then Maria shot in the net on the outside. That's a perfect attack. And I still said also in halftime and also after the game, they were better, Melbourne City, even in the first half, but we were not half so good as we could. And that we have to improve. We have to search by ourselves and not by the opponent. I think when we make less mistakes and when we have the ball, not when we don't want to have the ball. When we have the ball and we make less mistakes, we will be more dangerous, and the opponent will be more respectful against us. And you saw that in the second half. Every second ball, they didn't get a lot of chance anymore, more possibilities, and there was only one team who was playing football, that were we. And I think we did a good job in the second half. And unlucky we were not. We rewarded ourselves with a second goal, but it shows the players that they have a chance tomorrow. And of course, it's a bit different game. It's going about one game. You win or you lose, and that's I think a big chance for us because we play at home. And I just had only 1,000 cards to buy. So I hope the last 1,000 cards will also sold tomorrow.
Just with Toure, is he starting tomorrow, and why didn't he start on the weekend? Was that tactical, or did you think it out tonight because he's only 19?
As a coach, in a week as we have now, in this week, you have to think about not only the game on Sunday against Melbourne City, but also the game on Wednesday, but even the game on Saturday against Newcastle. And we have to travel, and he's a young player. So when we want to enjoy of playing Toure, you have to be a little bit careful, because for more 1 year back he was playing at amateurs. He's only for 1 year now at Adelaide, and he plays most of the games and trained with most of the time with the youth team. So he's now, from the beginning of the season, he's into the first squad. He played a lot already. He had no holiday, he got 2 weeks off from me. So you have to be careful of those young players, because Cassini is the same, and he was injured for 8 months last year, and then he came back. He did a lot in those 3 months, and he got injured again. So that all things you take, all that information, you take it to you, and you make your decisions. And also a certain feeling what you have to see in training, how the power is, how the energy is, and you talk with players, and then you make your decision. And we make the decision for Touré that he's not starting against Melbourne City. And we will see how he's feeling today, and make a decision about tomorrow.
Just out of all the players that you've obviously developed back home and in Germany, how do you rate Touré at this stage of his career? Is he capable of getting right into the better leagues of the world, or is he going to be a domestic player? How do you see it?
I have to. They call here in Australia a player of 22, 23 still a talent. In Holland, you're 18, 19 a talent, and then you're a senior player, and you have to do your job and as good as possible, and you play or you not play. So, if I think like an Aussie, then he has time enough. If I think of the Dutchman, then I think he's on a good way, and in 1 year he has to make our choice for a visa player not necessary, because we have one. It's up to him. He has the quality, he has the potential, but something can happen. And you see it in Cassini, because he came on the striker position, because Cassini got injured after 2-3 weeks training with our squad. And Cassini was playing as a striker in the youth team, and he was playing on the left or on the right side. So I tried him as a striker, and yeah, sometimes you have been a little bit lucky as a trainer, and he did it well.
Is Cassini a chance tomorrow to get any time?
Cassini? No, Cassini's injured.
He's injured.
Yeah.
Michael, you've got a reputation as cup specialists. You lose on the weekend, but playing for the trophy. How much do the circumstances change, and how confident are you of flipping that result?
I said before, it's a cup game, it's a final, it's a one-off, so we need to go in and give everything. It's not the same as last week. We can't really use that game too much. It's a new game, and it's new opportunity. So everybody has to come in with a clear mindset and think about what's going to happen.
You're looking at the cup a lot. What would it mean to you? I mean, it's a great trophy. What would it mean to you to lift it up?
Oh, it would be amazing to do it again. It'd be the third time. That's the aim. That's been the aim since we started pre-season. We're aiming to do as good as possible in the cup, and now we're here. So I just hope that we can take the last step and win the final tomorrow.
What sort of difference would a full house out there make, Mark?
That's just extra 10% you get from them. Remember last year, they were behind us the whole game. When it's full, it's amazing. So we need as many out there as possible. It gives us a lot of extra energy. We want to make more proud, so I hope it's going to be full tomorrow.
Gertjan, almost an obvious question, but what would it mean to you personally to lift the cup up so early in your tenure at Adelaide United?
It's a prize, and you play football to win prizes. So I won the cup once in Holland, and then you get an extra reward because you can play European football. That's here not, but still it's a prize. Yeah, and how more prizes you win, how more you like it. So when you're so close, you have to do all what's in you to get the cup high in the end of the game.